What's going on? NFC South versus the NFL. Week 4, baby, is here. Week 4, baby. We're going to break down the first matchup of technically the second matchup of the week between the New Orleans Saints and the Minnesota Vikings in London. With some crimpets?
I sure do, mate.
Right. Well, let's look at this matchup.
Man, look, we got the New Orleans Saints versus the Minnesota Vikings. Man, I'll go ahead and start it off, fam. New Orleans Saints dropped 2 divisional games in a row, one against my Carolina Panthers. Minnesota Vikings are 2-0 in the NFC North. Surprising? Maybe not. This football game is a primetime game, DJ. It's not the prime time of a Monday night or Sunday night, one of those type of games. So you know how I am with Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins, to me, cannot get the job done in these type of games. However, I don't know if it's technically a real primetime game, so I might slide that in my back pocket a little bit. Jameis Winston's not playing. Andy Dalton is coming in. Shout out to the Red Rifle. Don't know how much that's going to make up a difference. But it could unite this team. It could bring them some energy. They could play better on offense because they've struggled, DJ. Struggle. So this is going to be an interesting matchup. 2 teams that honestly desperately need these wins to try to keep their place within the division or try to move up. So what do you like or what you don't like or what you got about this matchup, my man?
Right. Andy Dalton definitely gives them a better chance to win. I do believe that. However, I think the bigger reason that they'll have a better successful offense is because Michael Thomas is out. I think Michael Thomas brings an unneeded energy to just that offense. I think there's an expectation because of what Michael Thomas has done over 4 or 5 years before his injury that you have to give him the ball. He needs his volume. He needs to do this for us to be successful. Look, Saints fans, New Orleans Saints, they're creatures of habit. You know what I'm saying? They know when their offense is one of the best, who's the one getting the ball? Michael Thomas. So they think for that to be successful again, that now that they have Michael Thomas back, he has to get the ball. I don't think that's the case. Obviously, Chris Olave has been, showing up a little bit lately. Jarvis Landry, first week was looking good. Michael Thomas, you didn't really need. I don't think you really need him. I don't want to put it that way. I just don't think he is on a pedestal which many Saints fans put him on. And I think that can be something. I think that can propel them because they will have Chris Olave. Jarvis Landry, he wasn't ruled out for the game, so if they get him, I think that'll help. Alvin Kamara, he's questionable, but I believe he's going to play. I think those type of players are going to be the ones that's going to make a difference. Can the Saints stop fumbling balls? I mean, that's a big issue too. Can you stop, with the penalties? I mean, that seems like in the worst times, like they get these penalties that hurts them. That's the stuff that needs to stop before the New Orleans Saints have a chance in this game against the Minnesota Vikings. I don't know if Dennis Allen at this point is not the Oakland Raiders Dennis Allen, or is he the defensive coordinator that they're transitioning into now the coach to be the future with this team. So I think, we've been seeing some things, and you probably want to get into it about Dennis Allen and your thoughts about what you've seen so far in regards to how he's been handling his team post Sean Payton.
Yeah, Dennis Allen, his career record is 12-39 as a head coach. He's already 1-2 so far this season. He doesn't seem like a leader of men. You mentioned that off camera, and we talked about this, but I saw him at one point. I think it was one of their off-season workout videos or something like that. He seems like he tries to be this hard ass, but no one will take him serious as a hard ass. So that's kind of the vibe that I got from kind of looking at him and then seeing the undisciplined so far in this team. I know it's just September and the mistakes that they've made. This kind of reminds me of a similar situation, DJ, that I want you to tackle real quickly of Lovie Smith, Dirk Cutter, these guys that kind of have been offensive coordinators for head coaches that's established, right? And then they're thinking, okay, well, let's just try to keep the peace or try not to mess up as much of this team as possible by keeping a steady ship. Somebody that can help steer it because they know what was going on over the past few years. It's not coming to fruition, man. So I don't know. They got a lot, in my opinion, to kind of fix. And I know they think it's little here, little there, fixable things, fixable here. I don't know, dog. Just looking at this team 3 weeks in, and they don't seem like they have an identity or together at all, man. And I don't know if that's Dennis Allen. I don't know if it's Michael Thomas. I don't know if it's Jameis Winston. I don't know. So I guess we got to find out.
It's a mess right now, right? It really is with the New Orleans Saints, and what's going to right the ship is supposed to be your head coach. Who's supposed to be that leader, right? I mean, that's what's supposed to stabilize what's going on. Obviously, you could say the defense isn't obviously a problem, which that's Dennis Allen's thing. Pete Carmichael now being the offensive coordinator, it's a mess, right? And Sean Payton was that for so many years. But and once again, he's the head coach. You need to stabilize the ship with all this stuff. So maybe this is the week, that maybe we can start seeing it. I'm not sure, because if you look on the other side, you got the Minnesota Vikings, who, I mean, outside of a Monday night game where you said it yourself, Kirk Cousins is like 2-10 or 12 or 15, and those 2 wins came from a sorry-ass Bears team. So basically, technically, he's like 0-12 or 13. He's just horrible on Monday nights. Like, he's pathetic, and he's pathetic. Other games, though, against Green Bay and Detroit, those have been pretty good games for the Minnesota Vikings. You know what I'm saying? It's not perfect, but I mean, it's a lot better than what New Orleans Saints been looking. Right. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. I don't know.
So let's get into this pick then. Matchups. They got Marcus May out. They got they got some guys out, and their secondary hasn't been all world. Even though they did a very good job against us. That sidebar Baker's just anyway, that's another video. But I mean, the Minnesota Vikings, they got Dalvin Cook. He seems like he's going to be good to go. That's a very good, strong running back there, one of the better ones in the league. You got weapons in Justin Jefferson. You got you got guys out there. Defensively, I think they're better. They got one of them Smith brothers over there. They got some talent on the line and linebacker. And it's going to be an interesting match, a tough matchup for the New Orleans Saints. Going into this, I was very, very I wouldn't say very high. I was more warm on the New Orleans Saints. Just looking at everything, I feel like they can't continue to be like this, right? But the Minnesota Vikings seem like they have it more together than the New Orleans Saints. So if I have to make my pick, DJ, I can't believe I'm going with Kirk Cousins again. Give me the Minnesota Vikings over the New Orleans Saints and the Red Rifle. Damn, they are 1-3 to start the season.
But, I mean, look, like you said, Mike, Michael Thomas out, Andres Pete is out, Marcus May is out. Who Marcus May, you can argue, outside Lattimore, has been their best secondary piece. Yeah. Losing an offensive lineman that's already been shaky. The line's already been shaky. I understand Andy Dalton's coming there. Andy Dalton knows about shaky lines. He did it with Cowboys. You know what I'm saying? He's had to deal with adversity, which that's a good backup with. And kudos to whoever hell told Jameis, stay your ass at home. You got a back, knee, ankle. Go in the ice box or something and figure out your life right now, because we got Andy Dalton, a healthy Andy Dalton, who's going to give you a much better chance. And you'll reevaluate it when it comes to that time, whatever the case may be. But I still think it's enough. I think Minnesota's going to win this matchup. Like you said, Saints, they need to figure a lot of things out right now. I mean, this offense is really promiscuous. The defense has probably taken a step down, but it was at elite level. So it's still, like I said, the secondary and all that. I think Paulson Adebo is starting to probably get a little back. So that the cornerback play should be a little better. But I still, I think Minnesota is a lot better at what the point of we're at in the season. And I'm taking the Minnesota Vikings to win this game.
Well, clean sweep. Let us know what you think. Hit in the comments. Let us know who you got in this matchup. Any things that you're interested in seeing in this matchup. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, hit that notification button, all that good stuff, man. We greatly appreciate it. It's your boy, Mike Ricks.
Boy, DJ. And we are.